This is insane.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? For First We Feast, I'm Sean Evans, and you're watching Hot Ones. It's the show with hot questions and even hotter wings. And today we're joined by Finn Wolfhard. He's a busy guy currently filming the final season of Stranger Things, and on March 22nd, he's back with the Proton Pack for Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. He also writes, stars, and directs the slasher film Hell of a Summer, which premiered last year at the Toronto Film Festival. And if all that weren't enough, he's in a band as well. Check out the Aubreys wherever you get your music. Finn Wolfhard, at long last, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
I know that it was not an easy journey to get here. Thanks for coming in.
Oh my God, it's an honor. Yeah.
What's going through your head as you prepare to take on the Hot Ones gauntlet finally?
My brother, I got like 5 texts from my brother this morning being like, you just have to finish the gauntlet. Like, I won't respect you if you don't finish the gauntlet. So it seems like I have to today.
We're gonna do your brother proud.
We're gonna do my brother
ready to
proud.
get started, Finn?
Let's do it, yeah. Perfect. Great. Just great. How great is this?
Look at us.
Oh yeah, the look at us. The look at us. Yeah. Mr. Paul.
Hey, look at us. So, last year, you debuted Hell of a Summer, a film that you not only star in, but also co-wrote and directed. Is there a different kind of pressure as an actor or director when you're creating a scene that's designed to shock and scare an audience?
Definitely. I think it's weird when you're an actor in a horror movie because you're so disconnected. As a director, you kind of have no choice but to be immersed in it because you can see the movie in your head. But in a lot of ways, like, it's the hardest thing to edit ever. Comedy and horror are kind of similar where it's like, it's all about the rhythm of it. And if it's off, then you have like kind of a bum scene. But yeah.
How are we feeling after Wing 1?
I feel great. I feel like this Pepto-Bismol has,
the little shot that you
has
took ahead of
coated
time.
me, and I feel fine for now. Okay. How do people get onto the show? Like, how do you determine what sauce is going to get on the show?
It's a very involved process. Chris Schoenberger's here, and then we also have...
Where's Chris Schoenberger?
Raise your hand. There he is, right behind the camera.
Nice to meet you.
And they do very carefully curate this thing season over season.
It's not like some random guy making hot sauce in a bathtub who's like, I gotta get my sauce on.
But we'll check at the end. You can tell Chris if you did a good job.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Chris, so far so good.
So maybe the only plus side of the recent SAG strike is that it allowed you to 100% focus on making music with your band, the Aubreys. What do you mean when you say that you can't imagine making music in anything other than a Vancouver state of mind?
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, I it sounds so funny out loud. Vancouver, I feel like, is a place where I can get bored and just go out in nature and walk around, and it's very inspiring.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I can get very easily inspired, I think, in Vancouver because I can just kind of walk around and kind of think a lot.
Is there anything special or significant about Neptune Records?
Yeah, I mean, that record store is amazing because the guy who owns it has like this huge vintage poster collection. So like if you go in the basement, he has like all these incredible like first print band posters that he's just been collecting since the 60s. So there's like really great stuff and great history underneath. But also it's Nardwar's record store, which, you know, you
Legend.
guys, I feel like you guys are like spiritual cousins in some way.
That's such a compliment.
Yeah, he's great. Funkies.
While filming it, is it true that you were personally asked who you'd want to play your adult counterpart? And if so, was there any special reason that you chose Bill Hader to play the adult you?
Yeah, no, we talked about that all the time, you know, on set because we knew that there was an adult portion of it and that was a huge part of it in the story. In my head, I always thought about, it's like, yeah, would he grow up to be a comedian? Would he grow up to be kind of like a Bill Hader type doing all these kind of impressions? And then also I think as like a lifelong Bill Hader fan, I was like, how cool would it be to be in the same room as Bill? And it worked out, which is crazy. Yeah.
Is it true that Bill Skarsgård can make his eyes go 2 different directions? Like, that's not some sort of special effects trick that's done in post, right?
No, yeah, Bill can, yeah, he can like move one eye to the right, and you can see in the movie, like he does it. It's such a perfect, weird thing for that character, I feel like. 3 down.
This next one is Los Calientes.
Okay, this is yours.
It is, but if
Yeah.
you don't like it, you can let us know.
I think I got the barbacoa
Ooh.
hot ones one.
All right, well, here we'll send you home with this one.
Hey!
There you go. We're doubling up the SKUs over there.
Yeah, well, I mostly just came for the free shit. That's what I was thinking. I was like, I wonder if people get the sauces. And now we know. Great.
And whatever
Perfect.
else you want, just take a look around.
Cool. Chris? You're coming home with me. Back to Atlanta.
So Stranger Things is the kind of generational global hit that necessitates you to do media press tours all over the world. What stands out as the most bizarre or unique talk show appearance you've ever done abroad?
Oh, it's a great question. I went to Japan with a few friends just for fun. And I walked off the plane, and there was someone with a camera and like a microphone, and they were interviewing all these people, and they came up to me and they were interviewing me, and they were like, you know, why are you in Japan? And I thought it was like, I guess in my like ego, I thought it was like a TMZ situation where it was like these random people were like right outside the gate, and they had like a camera, and they were immediately, and I found out there's a show in Japan. It's one of the most like successful comedy shows in Japan. When foreigners come off the plane and tourists, they interview them and say, why are you in Japan? Can we spend the day with you? And I was like, no, you cannot follow me around. You know, whatever. You watch it, it aired. And it says like, they're interviewing me, and it's like, you know, they're like, he gave us his email. And then it was like, we sent him all these emails, he ignored us. And someone told me later that it was a popular show. So that, I guess, is kind of the weirdest thing.
That is
weirdest show
very
that I've been
strange.
on.
Yeah. Do you kind of regret not letting them follow you around?
Absolutely, I
There we go.
regret it. Yeah, next time. Next time. Okay. Oh yeah.
This is like a...
Yeah. This is the kind of taste that, like, you know that something's gonna happen.
It is immediately kind of violent.
Yeah.
It
It's
leads...
stabbing.
Mm-hmm.
It's stabbing
Speaking
me.
of slashers.
Yeah, it's stabbing. It's slashing my tongue.
Fact or fiction, when you were making your directorial debut with Night Shifts, the short film Night Shifts, which takes place in a real-life convenience store, that there was an attempted robbery during filming.
Yeah. The short is about a robbery that happens between a clerk and a robber, and they end up being old friends from high school. And in real life, while we were shooting the robbery scene, a guy came in with like a fake he like welded like a fake gun together through like bike springs. It was like the weirdest thing ever. And he came in and just like kind of brandishing this fake gun. And Artoon, who's like the guy that's playing the burglar, turned around with his fake gun, and they were just pointing fake guns at each other on the standoff. And everyone was completely. It was literally. I mean, it was just like this basically, and I was like sitting there directing, and I was like, what's going on? And I like kind of peeked out, and I saw this standoff going on, and I was like, what is happening? And the guy left, and it was this really, and everyone like I was like, because I was so into, I was like, cool, let's move on. And everyone was like, no, what the fuck just happened? I was like, no, it's fine. Let's keep going.
Let's build on that.
Yeah,
let's build on that energy.
Yeah, this one's just for you. Yeah, it was nuts. I forgot that happened. It's so crazy. 5 down. Okay. Fine for now.
Yeah.
Is this a builder?
It does. It has kind of a time release on it.
Oh, God.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Yeah.
Great. Great.
Is there a moment that you can identify as being pivotal in developing your point of view as an actor versus, being a child star and feeling like your only responsibility is to hit your marks?
I was really lucky to have like great friends around me, a great family and support system. And yeah.
Get serious back here.
We're good. I don't watch the early Stranger Things stuff really often, but I've seen little clips and stuff. And I'm like, man, I didn't know what I was doing back then. And like, in a lot of ways, I think that really helped me. And now, like, as you get older, you get so much more like kind of like self-obsessed and like you get a little more in your head. And I feel like I've learned so much more, obviously, since then. But I wish that I had a little bit of that, like, kind of
that youthful ambition and energy.
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. But, you have to grow and learn, or else you would be 12 for the rest of your life. And we don't want that. The forbidden fruit.
This will be a little more
amped up? Great. I can't say anything else, but great. Like, there's nothing else to say.
Yeah.
Then, like, let's do this.
Yeah, my eyes are watering a little bit.
Yeah. Right
now, but I can still see you through the spice fog of war over here.
Have you ever been in a position where it's just like a thick glaze, a thick fog?
Sometimes it can be like driving in the snow over here.
Yeah.
So your hometown of Vancouver is one of the world's premier film production cities. How, if at all, did growing up in the Hollywood of Canada feed into your hunger to entertain?
Vancouver Film School, you grow up, around, and what a sauce. I remember Twilight. It was like Twilight would come to Vancouver every year because they would film a new movie. And I remember like them shooting by my house and it being like, wow, real movie trailers and all these things. So it definitely had an impact on how I looked at, like, getting an audition as a kid was very tangible because they would shoot so many commercials. So like I had friends in elementary school that just like would show up to open casting calls. It was like a very like normal thing.
What is the GOAT school field trip for a kid growing up in Vancouver? Science World from the outside looking in is kind of incredible.
You are asking the right questions. Science World was incredible. There's like a gold mining place called Britannia Mines that you go. It's like an hour away, and like it's very pirate. You feel like a kind of like a pirate kid because you're like going through dirt and trying
mining
to find
for fool's gold out there.
Yeah, mining for fool's gold.
How about this? Do you have an all-time favorite Canadian athlete?
Luongo was like such a huge figure for us growing up. He's so synonymous with Vancouver because of his time with the Canucks, and that's kind of who I always think of when I think of like Vancouver athletes.
Yeah.
He always comes to mind.
Well, you know what? The way that you're running this gauntlet, you to me right now, you look like a Vancouver athlete.
Oh,
right, to me.
Thank you.
Winning this marathon against the Wings of Death.
Yeah.
But this next sauce is kind of like that 21-mile mark. This is the bomb beyond insanity.
Yeah.
There's a familiar smile there.
This is the one that I've been told is the worst.
Time will tell.
Let's do it. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Yeah. Oh! I immediately coughed. Dude, yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Sean, my answers are gonna get worse. And they were bad before.
No. Eloquent all the way through.
Yeah.
And I think we're only gonna shake something loose. We're gonna only unlock something from here.
I agree. And it's like a trip.
It really is.
Yeah.
Actually, I start to get a little lightheaded about this.
Point. And as long as I'm meeting you there, baby.
Yeah. We're in the atmosphere.
We're in the atmosphere. I'm not gonna touch the water.
Respect.
Yeah.
So,
Fuck it, I'm gonna touch the water.
considering your taste in music and movies, you strike me as an older soul in your proclivities. What makes the Alan Parker written 1971 British rom-com melody one of your favorite films?
Oh my God. Great question. That movie I think encapsulates like young love in such an incredible way. And it also, oh man, Sean.
I know.
It also has an incredible soundtrack. Jack Wilde is such a brilliant actor. And I think it was just a huge movie for my childhood because of how taps into this like your childlike kind of juvenile, raising a little hell nature.
Did you learn anything eye-opening about the making of Deliverance, doing your YouTube deep rabbit hole deep dive on the making of the film?
Yeah. Me and Gaten from the show, Gaten Matarazzo from Stranger Things.
Of course, my dog.
Shout out to my dog. We were having like a slow, nice night. It was very relaxing. I was like, let's watch a movie. And he was like, okay, cool, let's watch something chill. So we walked out of the room and took a shower, and I just pulled up Deliverance. And I said, this looks chill. This is the perfect movie for us tonight. And we were like, oh, this is interesting. It's like an adult Stand By Me. And about 45 minutes into it, we were like, this is nothing like Stand By Me.
There's a gear shift, yeah.
There's a big gear shift. Yeah, I mean, that sounded absolutely insane. The cast is doing all their own stunts. They're moving down a river in a canoe. Like, you can never do that now. It's also just very funny because this is insane. It's funny because Burt Reynolds is in that film, and he's amazing in it, but he's very cool. But my favorite Burt Reynolds performance is Boogie Nights, and that's the movie that he hated the most, being in. And it was funny to see him in this other light. Oh, it's starting to calm down a bit.
Yeah, right. And you know what's tough about this show? Is that when one wing goes down,
another one has to come back up.
Yeah, exactly. It's a roller coaster ride here.
Yeah, okay. Sean.
Here we go.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it. Try not to get any on my lips.
Smart.
Oh. Oh!
So it's been an insane year for video games and TV and movies.
Yeah.
You know, the Super Mario Bros. Movie, one of the biggest hits of the year. You have the acclaim that went with HBO's The Last of Us. As someone who was captured by the gaming bug ever since you discovered Final Fantasy X,
Yeah.
is there a game that you think is most deserving of a silver screen adaptation?
Yeah. I had an idea to do a Crazy Taxi movie. And, the idea was like it's Collateral, but it's Crazy Taxi. I think that'd be very fun.
Yeah.
I don't want to swallow it just because I don't know what's gonna happen in here.
No, that's smart.
I don't want to mix.
And I know all that you went through to get here, and I know it's almost a return flight immediately.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, Delta Airlines, I'm sure would love me to shit my pants on their plane. They love me. I'm a valued customer. Is it happening?
It's happening.
Oh, man. I'll do it with you.
I saw that coming.
Let's do this. It comes out faster.
There you go. That's
Dude,
perfect.
that's good?
That's perfect. That's perfect.
Oh, that's so much. Okay.
All right, Finn.
Cheers, Sean.
What a run.
Great to see you.
Good to see you.
Oh, this tastes good.
At first.
Yeah.
Then it builds.
So far, so good.
Mushrooms a little bit.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah. Now I understand what you're talking about.
Right, you know, and I just want to be trusted. You know, I want to be trusted over
Yeah.
here. You know, I just want to be honest with you. All right,
yeah,
Finn?
listen, there's nothing that's like about this show that's like you know what you're getting yourself into.
Nothing's taking you by surprise.
I think it's unfair if anyone comes in and goes like, what the hell? These are really hot.
I agree with you. I agree
Yeah.
with you, Finn. It happens every once in a while, but I agree with you.
Yeah.
But the good news is, the wings of death are behind us. We've covered a lot of ground today, but to close things out, I want to complete the circle with a shared interest of ours, okay?
Yeah.
On the Lackluster Video Podcast, you dissect some of your favorite films, and in the very first episode, you actually dissected my favorite film of all time, and that's Windy City Heat.
Yeah.
With your brain and mouth on fire, what makes that film a classic?
That movie is a perfect film. It's maybe my favorite comedy ever. it's so mean-spirited, but it's so funny because the guy deserves it. Harry deserves it. To me, what makes like a perfect comedy is when people they can't help themselves and they have to always put themselves in the way of themselves. That's a movie that's like, it's not only it's like real life. I also just love that Bobcat Goldthwait plays himself, and he just the whole time he just talks through a megaphone. It's really great.
But you can come up for air right now because you have taken on the wings of death and lived to tell the tale, and now there's nothing left to do but roll out the red carpet for you.
Okay.
This camera, this camera, this camera, let the people know what you have going on in your life.
Okay. I'm shooting Stranger Things Season 5, which is the last season of Stranger Things, and that should be coming out in the next 10 years. Ghostbusters, it's coming out next month, so I'm very excited for that. I co-directed a film called Hell of a Summer, which we premiered at TIFF, and hopefully that will come out this year. Yeah, I have a solo album coming out this year. And yeah, well, everyone go watch Windy City Heat if you want a funny movie. And thank you for having me, Sean. This is great. We did it, man. These are great. This is just like battery acid.
Yeah, nothing fun about that.
Nothing fun about this. It says, keep out of reach of children, consume 1 drop at a time. You guys. What the fuck?
Don't worry, that's what we do.
No, I'm just kidding. I know. Oh.
Hey, what's going on, Hot Ones fans? This is Sean Evans. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. And if you would like to get the taste of Hot Ones delivered right to your door, well, I have good news for you. The season 23 Hot Ones 10-pack is available now. Heatness.com, heatness.com. That's heatness.com to get your hands on the season 23 Hot Ones lineup. Milk not included, ice cream highly recommended, and remember, be careful around the eyes.